No nation and no people in the world, all through history, ever subject to aggression like those who said no. The no is the center of the equation of struggle between the good and the evil. Yet, even if it looks as though the evil has won a round in the battle here or there, by the end, evil will be the loser. Our great-grandfather Al-Hussein knew that he, along with 70 others, were going to fight a much larger army. But he knew that if he had said yes, we would not have remembered him. But when he said no, he became what he is. Since the early days of history, the land of Mesopotamia was the true cradle of civilizations. On this land, the alphabet letters were first born. And in here, the first law ever organizing the human rights was decreed. Civilizations brought up to existence by genius-minded and by strong-handed people who worked continuously without rest to serve mankind. And from the early days of history, the wicked, greedy, and the aggressive parties used to weave the worst plots against this country to hinder its human excellence and to destroy its advanced achievements. Still, if Iraq is the most country that is subjected to aggression in the world, it is one of the most countries that is capable to wipe out the scars of aggression and that can rebuild all that lead to development and to prosperity, no matter how severe the damages were. As it had happened a number of times in ancient and in contemporary history, one notices that as soon as the July 17, 1968 revolution occurred, all the dark forces endeavored to work together, plotting desperately to foil the revolution. The aggressive evil attacks were stronger after the nationalization of oil in 1972, which was followed by a huge plan of national development, which breathed the advancement of decades in only a few years. The enemies went mad and therefore plotted the 8-year aggression, which revealed extreme amounts of Iraqi patience and legends of Iraqi heroism and capability. All through the years of the Iranian aggression, the workers in Iraq never stopped their constructive work, nor the fighters of Iraq ever stopped their legendary fighting in defense of their national soil until victory. Fighting war of 8 years. All sectors of the Iraqi people participated in the country's reconstruction. Because the victory Iraq achieved was not merely a military one, but rather a victory of a civilizational impact with beaming positive reflections upon the Arab nation as a whole, the enemies had the more reason to proceed in their plots. In the womb of that camp started its preparations to plan aggression on Iraq that included a wide campaign of counter-propaganda with all sorts of lies or alleged accusations against Iraq aiming at distorting Iraq's reputation before international public opinion. The conspiracy was transformed to the second stage. That was on April 4, 1990, when the United States Congress passed resolutions advising economic and scientific sanctions against Iraq. Along with the information campaign and the economic sanctions decision, espionage activities were discovered on Iraq's scientific installations with an aim to disturb its political, industrial, and technical security to prepare the final phase of the aggression economy. The enemies exposed themselves one after the other. The masses understood the volume of danger. The economic sanctions were a siege around the Iraqi people, with no exception even to baby milk or to medicine, wishing that such actions might weaken the people or drive the leadership to surrender to the American Zionist terms, but things were not like that. Arab mass organizations undertook to withstand the cruel sanctions. The Arab Workers' Organization held activities and big festivals to denounce the siege. They called upon all the workers in the world to stand by Iraq and to plead to the other regimes involved in the conspiracy to change their positions. They even campaigned against loading or unloading the cargo of the enemy ships and planes, like the French ship, the Napoleon. The aggressive forces compiled all their stocks in the Gulf and Arab Peninsula under the slogan of false international legitimacy, and likewise under the patronage of Arab umbrella, severely obtained through pressure, blackmail, and threatening. It was a total package deal with retail payment to all parties, each in accordance to its services. Yet, in spite the military existence of the forces of 30 countries, never witnessed before in contemporary history, the Arab masses did not yield. And the Arab workers campaigned through the peace vessel Balqis, also loaded with donations of baby milk and medicine to the patient Iraqi people. Still, the peace vessel Balqis, whose trip was organized by the General Union of Arab Moroccan Workers, was denied passage through Suez Canal. Therefore, baby milk, medicine, and food cargoes to the Iraqi people and Iraqi children were also stopped. The pressure witnessed against Iraq could not change the big no said to the United States and its savage power. That was a unique confrontation between forces of evil aimed at the destruction of a great civilization from the one hand, and between a courageous people decided to defend its lawful rights on the other. To wage a battle in that form, Iraq was equipped with self-confidence, with belief in itself and in the nation, belief in its religion and deep-rooted history. Those values stood against a vicious force of a criminal and bloody historical background. Before the unfamed military aggression, the American president kept confirming to the world that they wanted what they called a clean war between two armies. But the United States and its allies practiced in their aggression the worst and most dirty warfare indulgences witnessed by mankind. Telephone nets of communications. In each town, in each township, and in each village, the barbaric bombardment did not exclude the tiniest communication units, many of which were targeted twice and many 3 times. Hundreds of enemy jet planes and rockets bombarded the electrical power stations with thousands of tons of various kinds of bombs. Even small branch generators in the suburbs were also hit. Barbaric and inhumane nature targeted the drinking water pumping and distilling units in each and every city or village in Iraq. Each place was subject to many hits on several days to make sure the Iraqis do not get clean drinking water. Then the American Zionist aggression turned to roads and bridges. They chose in Baghdad, the capital, those bridges that are most important and that have the deepest fine memories by the Iraqis for their historical, humane, and importance. brutal aggression could not achieve in weeks of horror, other factions endeavored to carry out in breaking down this country into total collapse. Infiltrators and insurgent mob were driven from outside the borders to the Iraqi territories. Iran sent big amounts of flour sacks, alleged to be carrying flour to help the Iraqis in their torment, but they were actually filled with guns and ammunition to disturb the internal security and integrity of this country. They used the mosques and Muslim shrines as hiding places for their weapons, and later on as headquarters was in fact a new inspiration to the Iraqis to renew life and to adhere further to their leadership. The good people of Iraq start again their new life. The Iraqi fists that held the arms against the enemy in the front carry now the tools in rebuilding the country after the destruction of war. That rebuilt Baghdad after the barbaric attacks in the Middle Ages. They are the same arms that built Iraq after the Iranian aggression of the 80s. And now they endeavor once more to rebuild the new country, Iraq of the 20th century. They have no time to waste. Baghdad is again full of lights. Life is streaming in all the veins of the Iraqi cities and the Iraqi villages. Electricity, pure drinking water, hospital services, telephone and telex communications, roads and bridges, all that connects the daily life of the citizens, all that was subject to aggression by the Americans and Zionists. While the Iraqis race with time to follow the progress in every aspect, the enemies keep running as well to finish the Palestine cause, completely forgetting their allegations of international legitimacy and human rights.